in a federal penitentiary should you not be within a federal penitentiary. You feel me? I'm not really understanding what's going on here, but what I do know is this. You can't just jump out the window making these allegations and these claims with no founded evidence. Let's run this back real quick.
To going unalive charges with the trying to hide the 2 alleged bloods in the institution, to going unalive old monster. We knew it because we got the call. I believe Eddie Boy got the call.
So from jail, somebody called Eddie Boy because allegedly 2 bloods were hired to accost monster, and you are telling on the bloods and Big U. Okay, got it. Just want to make sure we're caught up.
From the Muslim community in there, that they took Big U to the hole for this. I believe he went to the hole for a period of time behind this. So, you know, we kind of figured that something was going to happen. Now, the fact that he was dumb enough to fall victim to this is crazy. Right? Hold on, I want to get these charges.
So, while Wack's, 1-2 step like Sierra's been, he did. I forgot that Wack did extort Oscar De La Hoya. Dan Burton, I appreciate you. Dan Burton, G33. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let me fast forward this because Wack's service was nervous. Let me see.
Sex trafficking.
Yeah, he had
like taxes.
So, Dan Burton, can you please send that to my Instagram, Strap News Network? I forgot. Wack did admit to extorting Oscar De La Hoya out of $1 million. Duh. How can I forget about that? But Big U's in jail, but Wack's one extorting people out of. Okay.
2 counts of witness tampering. I think 1 count of sex trafficking.
I will look that up.
2 counts of.
I will look that up. Bred to breed.
Tamper with a witness. These are the ones that he trying to unalive the witness. Now, these 2 counts, the reason why they so serious.
Why they so serious, Wack?
Let me tell you what happened.
Tell us what happened.
The feds are saying, okay.
Okay.
They're saying that this dude, Monster, may not be a reliable witness.
Okay.
They say it might be some backstory to Monster and Big U, and that maybe thanks, baby.
Is he listening to himself?
And like maybe it may come a time to where
you can hear him echoing in his own background. He's listening to himself. This nigga's sick. Nigga, you watching you on live? All right. This nigga, but you's a wild boy. We're gonna call you Steve-O. Listen,
reliable witness. They say it might be some backstory to Monster and Big U, and that maybe
because you can hear the lag. This nigga's crazy. Don't nobody love Wack how Wack love Wack. The only person I love Wack more than Wack love Wack is how Kanye love Kanye, but don't nobody love Kanye like Kanye love Kanye. But don't nobody love Wack. Nobody Wack love. It could be. It's Wack.
And like maybe, it may come a time to where Big U might be able to wiggle out of, this Monster situation. All right, there we go. See what we go through. So let me tell you what they did, which I'm gonna keep it real.
Keep it real, Wack.
I really believe that the whole Monster extortion thing is all BS, personally. Just from what I know, how I know.
So Wack is saying that it's not loose cannon that was accosted in the jail. Wack is alleging that it was a dude, Monster, and that's who Wack is putting the responsibility of this accostation on, the costume, if you will, is on Big U. Got it.
These dudes individually, right?
Do this count as snitching? So all the gangbangers in the chat, because like nobody's suffering the niggas in the chat. Do this count as snitching?
I still don't want to say Big U was running around extorting people for 500s, 200s, 1,000, which there's some supporting things that says maybe that's possible, because I guess the food vendors around the football or whatever are alleging this, some tow truck drivers, whatever.
Some tow truck drivers. Toe tucks, not tow trucks, toe tucks.
The football or whatever, legend is some toe tuck drivers,
Toe tuck tigers. Okay.
whatever. Now the reason why
Toe tuck tigers. Got you.
I say this about Monsters because Monsters the guy that goes and borrows money from people.
Love you.
He'll come say, hey, bro, let me borrow 40.
Stay away from them toe tuck tigers. Toes be tucking.
I'm gonna give
You know what I'm saying? Hey, come back later on tonight. I'm gonna tuck your toes, girl. All right now.
you 50 back in a month, is what he'll say. And then when the month comes, he turns.
Oh no, this man is worse than anything Young and Hefe has ever said. He's worse than anything Munchie B has ever said. And this is why I will maintain that what Wack is doing is worse than what Munchie B is doing. Wack is Wack number one in this same situation, this same story. He's gonna tell you how Big U allegedly assaulted Corrupt until he defecated on himself. That is a direct confession of assault to somebody who was on trial for a federal RICO. Munchie B's never done that. Munchie B is alluding to the fact that he's aware of the identity of a, serial killer, I guess at this point. But saying you know who unalive someone is a crime, should you know who that person is, by withholding that information from law enforcement. But it's a secondhand crime. Whereas Wack is saying things like, I chased Future through the airport. That is an admission of guilt to your own doing. You feel me? It's levels. They're both crimes, but Munchie B's crimes like down here and Wack's crimes like up here. Munchie B's crimes far less severe than WACK100, what he's doing. So it's not the same at all. And then when it makes it work, Wack is like loose cannon in this situation. You feel me? That's the best way I can describe it. You see where loose cannon is. You feel me? Munchie B still arguably free.
His phone off. Second month come, he been and left wherever he was living. And then 5 months later, you catch up with him and he got a sob story. And the first thing a person is on his homie, where my money? Right? What he'll do is he'll go in his pocket, he'll give you what he got and tell you he gonna start paying you. And then he don't.
Now he's explaining the extortion. Okay, got it. Again, is this telling? Like, does this count as telling, or is this just telling a story? Because Wack says it's just telling a story.
So this is why when I'm looking at this, I'm assuming, because I never knew Big U and Monster's relationship, but I'm assuming Big U might have made an investment with him or loaned him something, and Monster started to do what Monster does. I do know one neutral party that Monster actually did this with, that it came to my table, and that's how I know I get it, right? So I'm thinking the fair.
So you have said somebody came to your table, so you have prior knowledge of an extortion that's now being used in the federal RICO. Interesting. Now, Chad, I kind of wonder, again, just like, maybe Wack is just really good at eluding crime or eluding law enforcement. Because how is he just not in jail, or does he not deserve to be in jail? Does Wack? Am I just ignorant of the law and I have a misunderstanding of the law and I don't quite really understand how he's evaded law enforcement for such an incredible amount of time? Because I'm trying to see how is Wack not, But hey, man, maybe he's not committing any actual crimes. Maybe he's not doing anything that warrants a jail. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just somebody watching YouTube.
It's just like, hey, Monster's not the most credible witness. He has a 2020 case with us, with distribution of a lot of weight to another state, I believe Ohio or something. The exposers was able to find this, just how we know why he went to work. Let Thomas in, mama. That's the electrician. That's for your kitchen. For your bathroom. Let him know where you want them plugs at.
Wack is really an old man. That's the electrician, mama. It's for your kitchen. Not your kitchen, baby. What's it called? The room. It got a shower in it. It got a sink. It got a toilet. What? God damn it! What's the name of that? Your washroom, your powder room, baby, your bathroom. That's Unky Wack, boy. This is really an old man. This is really a crazy old man. This is wild. Like, if you really think about it, my bad, man. The dog wanted to get some love. If you really think about it, Wack is just a wild old man living out his last little glory days. He know he might get sent to the federal penitentiary because he admitted to chasing Future through an airport. You know what I'm saying? He know that he did some informing because he didn't see in jail one time. He said he'd never go back. Some things might have happened to him in there that he can't shake from. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever. I can't say that I would do the same thing, but on a human level, I can understand his burning desire to stay free, and by any means, it seems like at this point. But he's so infatuated with crime, so I guess I don't know, Wack. You can't do both, man.
Right. So,
definitely an old man though. Like really, like take a second to stop paying attention that he's like this fake gangster and all that kind of stuff, and the comical aspects of it. But look at his demeanor and listen to the things he says. Like this is an old man. This is definitely an elderly gentleman for sure. So it's definitely free after 4 at the movie theaters on a senior citizen discount. Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity, early bird special. Eating ass nigga.
This is what I believe happened.
What you believe happened, Wack?
Because if they can show that Monster is not reliable, or that the whole thing was a hoax, him saying, hey, I believe it's what Monster did. He was out in 2020 working, turning people in to try to work time off his case. I believe Monster went to the feds and said, hey, this dude's extorting me. If y'all give me the money, y'all can surveillance it, and I can get, y'all can get him. Y'all can help get him. He's a big figure, a big name in Los Angeles, and boom, boom, bam. At the time, I don't know if they was already on Big U. From what I understand, it kicked off in 2021. And I believe they're like, okay, cool, right? And I believe every time Monster was getting the money from the feds to give it to Big U, right? Monster knowing he really giving Big U back what he owing. But on the flip side, he didn't flip it to where this dude is extorting me. So now he working time off the case he got going on. This is what I believe. I could be wrong. Now, let's fast forward. They take Monster into custody. Monster goes into custody. He's a key thing to this Big Q Rico. He ain't the only thing. He's a key thing. Because I believe it's wire fraud cases that carry a lot of time. In excess of 30 to 50 years, something crazy like that. Big U's overall right before these new charges was 600 years. It's in the paperwork. I believe they like, hey, listen, you looking a little shaky. We want to give you time off that, you looking at, but, we got to get a conviction. So.
He doesn't even sound confident having these conversations. You can tell that he's clearly like deflecting or trying to take our attention away from the obvious fact that you said you was chasing Future through the airport, big dog. You said that you was chasing Future through the airport. We get that all the other things are going on in the world. We get that all the other, blah, blah. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. The actual fact of the situation is what everybody wants to hear about is you said you were chasing Future through the airport and is you going to go to the 50-50 yard. So again, just the deflection is crazy. The deflection is crazy.
Do you think you can maybe line this bozo up to putting himself in a situation that is a insurance that if your other situation go wrong, these 3 years of extortions, we got him dead bang on something else. And I believe Monster went.
Yeah, I see why you be on Wax A double now. All right, so look, real quick, chat. Is there anybody else? I appreciate you. Is it Smith Talk? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Is there anybody else in the chat that can admit that nigga Trap was right? That nigga Trap was right. I kind of see why you been on this nigga hat, bro. Like, you was right this whole time. I know I've been saying this for 3 years. Kind of sound like a broken record. You feel me? I know a lot of y'all believe the hype in the beginning. I told y'all a few things about Wack that has proven to be true. Number one, I said that, he was law enforcement. I said that number one. I said that he was going to talk too much with law enforcement and be very comfortable with law enforcement. Hence his conversation with the feds, with apparently Jay Prince and all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 plus all the other things that we've seen. I told y'all that he would not bust a grape in a fruit fight, loud as a motorbike. I told you he was not taking no phase. This man is nonviolent like Martin Luther King. Nonviolent like Martin Luther King. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I don't think that violence is the answer. I don't think that violence was the answer. You feel me? But I told you, it was just a lot of da. I told you. I told y'all he would never go against Adam 22. And above all, I told y'all by the end of this big Rico, he was going to be involved. Where was I? Where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? Where did I lie to you guys? I never lied, bro. I never lied.
Found him a couple inmates in there who didn't mind cooperating. If these blood dudes was fake feds, it's because they got plants. They got plants in jailhouses. LA County and shit like that. They got plants where it's real undercovers in there in the cell with you acting like inmates. And I believe they put together the whole play to approach Big U and let him know. Because think about it. Why would Big U look at two dudes and say, hey, bro, y'all know this dude, could you get to him? Now it makes sense because I know how Big U think. I'm a Crip, these niggas is bloods. They do it, they're never tied to me, is how he's thinking. Mush brain. But I believe that it was a whole play. If it wasn't some undercovers, these are some dudes that did want to get some time off. And these are some dudes that Monster knew because he know a lot of people. Hey, look, bro, we can go over here there and knock this off for you, but this is what you got to achieve. You got to get him to agree to it, and you got to have him send whatever money y'all agree to, a portion of it here, right? Boom. And for the feds to bring the charges, Big U damn sure they got him on wiretap, they got him on record, or they got him sending the money to wherever they directed them people to.
But they also have you giving an outward confession about chasing Future through the. Hold on, real quick. Let me see something real quick. Wack chases. Wack chases Future comes right up. Well, let's see.
But it ain't hooked up to no plane.
He left his.
He left.
No, bro.
He runs into the terminal. True story. He runs into the terminal, right? When he runs into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know he can only go so far. What you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? He throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, Wack, it's me, Stunner. Talk to me. I say, Stunner, I'm busy right
Again, putting Birdman in the middle of a federal indictment, but that's a different story.
now. He said, yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What's going on? I say, oh, trick a bag, my nigga. He can't be in our backyard and he don't throw a bag. Either he gonna pay or he finna get up and then he gonna pay. Right? Trick at home sleep. He don't know what's going on. He in Detroit. But it ain't hooked up to no plane.
He left his.
So with that all being said, I can't really make up this kind of stuff. I think that it's very, I can't really make up. Hold on, my bad. Let me see.
Expected them people to have them send it. Now,
this is all a true story, sports fans. This is all a true story. Sports fan.
This is addressing his 7 new charges. And guess these 2 charges carry life, from what I'm understanding. So let's go over his